Hi, today I'm gonna show you how to repair your Asus DC board. Not difficult thing to do, you just need to know what could possibly go wrong with it. So, in my case, the first problem that I had, I'm saying first problem because I have this laptop for 6 years already. It was pretty tough, but I keep having problems with this DC board because of the way I use this laptop. I was traveling a lot using my laptop and charging it constantly and instantly. So first problem that I've ever had was this pin. This pin right here was desoldered, detached from the board because I kicked the cable several times, and this pin is connected right over here. Right over here. This is the middle pin. So I disassembled my Asus and I fixed this problem. I soldered it again and it worked. But like several months or a year later, I appear to have the same problem. I opened the Asus again, and after I observed everything, I realized that this is not the problem again. So it was something else. Then I decided that it's maybe a loose cable. Over here in the cable, as you can see, we have two canals, and in these two canals there is a wire inside, a connector that has a kind of U shape, and when you insert this plug into the DC board, the pin that is connected to this DC board goes between this U-shaped clip like this. So I thought maybe this U-shaped pin is loose and not touching the pin that stays in between. So what I did was I used my wife's sewing kit and I destroyed two of these safety pins in order to fix the problem. So here's what I did. I attached this magnet over here like this. Then I grabbed this pin and I cut 3 millimeters. I'm talking in millimeters because I'm from Europe and I'm not familiar with all your measuring fractional systems of explaining distances. So I cut like 3 millimeters the tip of that pin. And I'm using this magnet because if I don't, when I cut it, this tip of the pin, these 3 millimeters that I need are gonna fly away and I wouldn't be able to find them. So after you cut 3 millimeters of this 2 times, you need 2 of them, you are gonna find these 3 millimeters over here attached to the magnet. You remove the magnet, you take the 3 millimeter pins and insert them right over here in this canal. You need to carefully lay them inside this canal and then push them with another steel pin under the U-shaped pin. The U-shaped pin is like this, and this represents the pin of the DC board and it goes in between. You need to push these pins, steel pins, 3 millimeters, between the plastic shield and under this U-shaped bracket inside the cable. So this is gonna lift and make this U-shape constantly closer, like the clamp, if I can call it clamp, is gonna be like tighter, and it's gonna give you a better connection when you insert the pin from the DC board like this. First thing that I made actually was just to gently bend this a little closer again, but this didn't work and didn't last for a long time. So then I came up with a solution to insert in the canal between the pin and the canal, something like 3 millimeters of this safety pin. So I have one over here in the canal, one over here. I insert them very deep inside so they cannot go out and cause some kind of damage or so. So now they are staying like this, solid inside. Right after you do this, you need to gently insert this plug into DC motherboard by pressing and gently turning the plug clockwise and counterclockwise until you insert it. It's gonna be more difficult than before, but this is the result that you need. This is what you need to be. If you kind of feel tension, take your time. You may pull it out. You may use a pin, steel pin, and kind of push the edges of this U-clamp a little closer to the canal, like just to make it like this, like this, because the U stays like this sharp, and then you may have difficulties to insert it. If you bend the edges a little bit like this, then you're gonna be able to connect it better and to insert it without damaging the tiny little clamp inside. So I did this and it worked, but it seems like this was not the only problem that I had. Then I disassembled the board again and I observed it really, really good. I was planning to desolder the whole piece just to see what's wrong and what's going on inside and how it works. But then after I disassembled it again and I took a closer look, I realized what's going on. So look at the way it works. When you insert the plug, there is a metal part that is detaching one side and attaching another side. So it's kind of switch, and it's switching. Look at this part, the shiny edge of this part. It's detaching one of the connections and going to another, like switch. So it turns that the problem was also this this little part, it was bent like this because, like I said, I kicked the cable several times. So that part was like this, and all you need to do is clean it with rubbing alcohol and cotton ball, and push it back. This little connector must be pushed back closer to the pin. So when you insert this plug, the moving switch, this moving switch in the middle, are gonna be able to give a good, solid, strong connection to this connector. This is a problem. You plug it out, you plug it in. This is the connection. It's actually the minus voltage connection that is faulty. So clean this side, clean the other side. You're gonna be able to clean it when you insert the plug, and then you can take your cotton ball and clean this section too. Clean them very good with rubbing alcohol. Don't be scared to use it. Not gonna damage anything. Desolder, fix all the connections again. I mean resolder, not desolder. And that's it. You're gonna be good to go. I know most of you guys are gonna be more willing to just buy another, but I found kind of difficulties to find I had difficulties to find an original Asus brand. I see lots of cheaper knockoffs for 15, 16, $20, $10. Just don't want to buy anything that is not OEM. So I just prefer to fix whatever I have and to know that I'm using the OEM parts. That's it. That's all I have to share with you. Let me know if it works for you. Have a good day.